The morning light struggled through a sky of gray. Outside, the wind howled against the old diner windows, making them rattle like bones in the cold. Inside, Miller's diner smelled of burnt coffee and buttered toast, the scent of survival on a winter morning. The far corner booth, where no one ever sat unless they had nowhere else to go, an old woman lowered herself into the seat. Her name was Eleanor Hayes. Every morning she came alone. Same black coat, same silver brooch shaped like a feather. She carried sadness like a second skin, the quiet kind that doesn't fade. Behind the counter, Mara Weaver noticed her again. She always did. Mara was 26, a waitress just trying to make rent. She'd lost her parents young, bounced through foster homes, and learned that life didn't hand out kindness freely. Still, she smiled every day, believing in small miracles. And maybe, deep down, she came to work each morning hoping to witness one. Eleanor was that kind of mystery. She never ordered more than tea and dry toast. She'd count her coins one by one, her trembling hands slow and deliberate. Most people looked away. Some pitied her. Only Mara saw her. Really saw her. Day by day, Mara found small ways to help. She'd bring her warm toast instead of cold, refill her tea before she asked, slip an extra muffin onto her plate. When Eleanor tried to refuse, Mara would smile and say, "It's on the house. Diner promo." They both knew it wasn't, but neither spoke the truth. And somehow, through these quiet gestures, a friendship began. Eleanor told her she used to live near the ocean, that she loved reading by lamplight, and that once upon a time, she smiled a lot more. Mara, in turn, shared bits of her own story. How her car broke down months ago, how she walked home every night to save money, and how she still believed kindness came back one day. They talked little, but they understood much. Two lonely souls, sitting across from each other, finding warmth in silence. If the story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Loom, where real stories of compassion still matter. Weeks passed. Then one morning, Mara noticed something different. Eleanor sat at her booth, her eyes red and swollen. When Mara asked what was wrong, the old woman whispered, "They evicted me. I have nowhere to go tonight." Mara froze. She didn't have money, savings, or even a car, but she couldn't let Eleanor sleep in a bus station. That night, Mara walked her home, not to a shelter, but to her own tiny apartment. She cleared her only bed, gave it to Eleanor, and took the couch herself. For a week, she shared her food, washed Eleanor's clothes, and helped her fill out forms for assistance programs. Eleanor would cry quietly sometimes, asking, "Why are you doing this?" Mara only smiled and said, "Because no one helped me when I needed it. But I survived believing someone would, someday." Those words lingered in the air like prayer. Then, one morning, Eleanor was gone. The bed was neatly made, her few things missing, except for a note left on the pillow. "Thank you for giving me back hope." Eleanor, no address, no explanation. Mara sat on the edge of the bed and cried. She called shelters and hospitals, but no one had seen her. The ache of loss returned. The same kind she'd felt her whole life. Days turned into weeks. Then one quiet Tuesday, something strange happened. It was early, the diner half empty. Mara was wiping tables when a convoy of black SUVs stopped outside. The engines hummed like low thunder. Four men in suits walked in, followed by two lawyers in long coats. The whole diner fell silent. "Who are they looking for?" the cook whispered. Then one of the lawyers stepped forward. "Is there a Mara Weaver here?" Every head turned. Mara raised a hand. "I'm Mara." The lawyer nodded politely. "Miss Weaver, please come with us." Mara's heart pounded. "What's this about?" "You'll understand soon," he said gently. Fear crept up her spine, but curiosity pushed her forward. She followed them outside, climbed into the SUV, and watched the diner disappear behind her. They drove through the wealthy district, gated homes, polished streets, security cameras blinking like cold eyes. The SUV finally stopped before a massive mansion surrounded by trees and snow. The door opened. "This way, Miss Weaver." Inside, everything smelled of lavender and old wood. Piano music floated softly through the hall. The lawyers led her into a room with tall windows overlooking a snowy garden. And there, sitting by the window, was Eleanor Hayes, not in a black coat, but in a lavender silk dress. Her hair was styled, her posture graceful, her eyes alive. Mara froze. "Eleanor." The old woman smiled. "Hello, dear." For a moment, neither spoke. Then Eleanor rose, walked to her, and took her hand. "You must be wondering what's going on," she said. "I owe you the truth." Mara could only nod. Eleanor took a deep breath. "I wasn't homeless, not really. I'm the sole heir to Hayes International. My family built this estate and most of what you see around this city. But 2 years ago, I lost my husband and my only son in an accident. My heart broke. Money couldn't fix it, so I disappeared. I needed to know if kindness still existed when there was nothing left to give in return." Her voice trembled. "That's when I met you." Mara's eyes filled with tears. "You didn't know who I was," Eleanor continued. "You didn't want anything from me. You gave me shelter, food, and warmth. Things I had long forgotten money could never buy." She reached out, her hands now steady. "You showed me that love still lives in ordinary hearts." Mara stood speechless, her lips trembling. "If you're still listening," the narrator's voice softens, "wait till you hear what happens next. Stay with us." Eleanor looked into her eyes. "I don't need a maid or a nurse. I need a heart I can trust. I want you by my side, Mara, not as an employee, but as family. Everything I have will one day be yours, not because of blood, but because of love." Mara's breath caught. The room blurred behind her tears. All those years she'd fought to survive, believing kindness would one day come back, and now, standing before her, it had. She fell into Eleanor's arms, sobbing. "You changed my life," she whispered. Eleanor smiled gently. "No, my dear, you changed mine." Outside, snow began to fall again, soft, slow, like forgiveness touching the earth. From that day on, Mara's life never looked the same. But she never stopped coming to that same diner, now owned by her and Eleanor together. The same booth still stood by the window, and sometimes Mara would leave an extra muffin on the table, a quiet reminder that kindness, once given, always finds its way home. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Loom, where we bring you real stories of kindness, courage, and second chances. Because sometimes, all it takes is one act of kindness to turn a stranger into family, and to remind us that no one is ever truly forgotten.